allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I will call this regular Board of Moffett County Commissioners to order on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. And Chair would move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And Chair would move to approve the consent agenda items A through J.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have Tony on?
No.
He's not gonna make it. Okay. No problem. I just wanted to make sure we recognized him if he did. All right. So we are now at public comment. If you have anything you'd like to share with the commissioners, you can come forward and state your name and share your concerns with us. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. Not you? Okay. Anyone else for public comment? All right. General discussion, anything from the board? Okay. I don't either. We do have a public hearing at 8:45, so we'll move to staff reports. Dan and Bruce, Road and Bridge. Bruce, I guess. Dan doesn't get to come up today. You're the only one on the agenda. Morning.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So last month, we went to bid for 5 pickups for the Road and Bridge Department. We got 3 bids back. One bid from Cook Chevrolet of Craig was $279,384. Victory Motors of Craig was $260,900. And Northwest Auto and Meeker bid $280,539. At this time, the Road and Bridge recommends awarding the bid for 5 pickups to Victory Motors of Craig for the amount of $260,900.
All right. Any questions for Bruce?
Yeah, you put down there that Cook Chevrolet that they didn't meet the specs.
They did. That one pickup, we considered breaking the bid up and taking that one pickup, but that one pickup ended up being dual wheeled and the frame was too long to go under a utility bed that we already have. It just didn't meet the specs that we needed. So we went with the other one because it met the criteria.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Chair, I'll make a motion to go with the recommended bid to Victory Motors of Craig for the total bid of $260,900.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
And Office of Development Services, Neil Binder.
Good morning.
Morning.
We went out to bid for a Z boom man lift back in February 9th. We closed that bid on the 26th of February, and we did receive 2 bids. One from All Around Access, which is located in Florida, for $72,650, and we also got one from Severson Supply, which is a local company, for $72,218. So I'm recommending that we go with Severson Supply because A, they are the lowest bid and they are a local company.
So I got down here this bid recommendation. It is for Road and Bridge.
It's placed at Road and Bridge because they will house it. The funds themselves are not Road and Bridge funds. They're actually capital funds that will, yep. So it can be utilized at all of the different locations. It was just put under that umbrella because that's where we'll house it.
Okay. Any other questions?
No. Here, I'll make a motion to go with the recommended bid to Severson Supply for trailer mounted Z-boom man lift for $72,218.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
No, it was good. We had two bids
It was good.
and, you know, the local one got it.
Yep.
All right. All in favor?
Like,
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You bet. We're about 10 minutes out. I think we'll take a recess so that we don't cut your presentation too short for the Northwest Colorado Outdoors Alliance Steering Committee. So we'll just recess until your hearing. Let the record show that today's posted public hearing regarding the S 2603 Baker Minor subdivision was posted in the following ways. Letters were sent to adjacent landowners. Information was posted on the county website. Legal ads were run 14 days prior to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Once the public hearing's been declared open, I will ask Candace Miller, Planning and Zoning Coordinator, to present to the BOCC the request as submitted. Once the presentation is complete, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffett County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you'll be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and you'll be given 3 minutes to present your testimony either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today, and she will notify the BOCC and the speaker that 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decisions will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for any of you to provide testimony in favor of or in opposition of the proposed request. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once all testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed and we will go back into the regular session. I will then refer back to the board for discussion and decision on said proposal. With that, Candace Miller. Good morning.
Good morning, commissioners. Before you, I have an application for minor subdivision, and this is at the sketch prelim phase. This is a parcel owned by Shane Baker. It is a 50.70 acre parcel, and he is looking to divide that into 2 equal lots of 27.34. There is a current 60-foot ingress egress that was built into the Harvey, I believe it was a Harvey exemption, to access that parcel. So kind of at the end of Galley Road, the exemption would continue on through Harvey Trail over to the parcel. I had a conversation with one of the adjacent property owners. I'm sorry, I had 2. I did have a personal visit with Dan Miller, who is one of the adjacent properties. I went to his property and we walked, and he wanted to just point out some of the concerns surrounding the easement and the way that they're currently accessing kind of down to that lower section versus what the actual mapped easement is through that Harvey exemption. And then I also talked to Mr. Cook, who is an adjacent, and he said he had no concerns with that minor either. And so the board reviewed, we did not have any comments necessarily. The board did recommend approval. One thing that came up was obviously the map that is attached. He has both lots as lot 1. So I made a note and sent him a notice to get those corrected to the appropriate terminology, whether A and B or 1 and 2. And so because we're still at sketch prelim, just looking for any comments or concerns you might have, that we can make any adjustments necessary to then go to final.
Okay. Any questions for Candace? No. Okay. I don't have any questions either. So we will open it for the public. If there's anyone in the public who would like to testify either for or against this Baker Minor subdivision sketch prelim, now is your opportunity to share your thoughts with the commissioners. Come on up. Good morning.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Luna. I'm a resident at 3 Harvey Trail.
Okay.
So we're not opposed to it. I see there is already an easement in the land. My question would be, who incurs the responsibility of maintaining that easement going through our land? So yeah, it's just during the mud season, the access down there, I could just see it tearing it up. So our only concern is while it is on our property, does it fall on us to maintain it or would it fall on whoever is using that to maintain it?
Okay. We can get that answer for you. Anything else?
I'm Madel Carmen Luna. I'm the owner of 3 Harvey Trail. Same thing, so it says there's an easement, but there's not an actual way to go into that. It hasn't been built. There's like a driveway, but that's not the easement. So I'm wondering, there's a confusion there.
Okay.
So who's gonna take care of the construction of that too? And also, how are they gonna cross the, what's it called? The water, the creek, so.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anyone else who would like to testify for or against? Okay. Hearing none, I will refer back to Candace. Do you
Is it
have
okay
any?
if I try to answer the
Yeah, I
question?
was just going to ask if you have
So-
answers to that now would be great.
So when the, hold on, let me see, I should have printed a bigger
Bring that
copy.
up a little bit.
So when parcel A, which is the Harvey exemption, was created, they built in that 60-foot ingress egress. And I had commented, initially that, on the map, that makes sense, right? You just have this clean line that's an ingress egress. It's really the continuation of Galley Lane right through those 2 lots that were created through the exemption in the minor subdivision. If you go and look at it, which I did, I walked every inch of, not necessarily onto the Luna's property, but onto Dan Miller property, that the way the gentleman who did the subdividing tried to move some dirt, and so there really is just kind of this pretty big hill that really is like right in the middle of where that 60-foot ingress egress. So a lot of work is going to have to go in to staying within that 60 feet and making it down that hill. So right now, there is some, kind of a beaten path, if you will, for people who have been accessing down to the lower section, kind of around that berm, outside of that 60-foot ingress egress. So it will be up to the subdivider and realistically the subdivider to do those improvements of that access via only that ingress egress. Now, if he wants to work with the Lunas to discuss, how that works, because that ingress egress is technically on their side of the property line, I don't have any doubt that he's, not going to work directly with them when he starts that process. It will be a little tricky. The topography is very interesting. And then you get into the creek bed, which is a pretty wide area. We went down there and saw everything down there. He will need to build up a road and put in a pretty significant culvert or multiple to get across that. So that is something that he'll need to do it. We did look to see this is not any kind of a significant watershed or recognized wetland area. So really on his property, he can work to build that up in an appropriate method to do so.
No matter what, they're gonna have to do something.
Yes, a lot of work. Yep. And I actually did ask if there was an alternate route that he could create an easement through. He owns a parcel that is just kind of south of that if he could build in another easement so that there's, you can kind of bypass both of these hurdles. But, I think he wants to use the existing easement. And we'll take the necessary steps to make those work and within that 60-foot easement and to make sure that it's a successful crossing of that creek. So.
Any other questions for Candace? Okay, then I will go ahead and declare this hearing closed and refer back to my fellow commissioner.
Chair, make a motion to approve application S-26-03 Baker Minor Subdivision. With the directions to the lot 1 and 2 are A and B.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And that will come again, right?
Absolutely. And following this meeting, I will reach out to the applicant and just have a conversation about those concerns with the ingress egress and what his plans are. And then that way, when it comes back to final, we'll have some comment from the applicant. I'll ask that he is here to present that as well.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, and now we have a presentation, Northwest Colorado Outdoors Alliance, John Miller. Morning.
Commissioners. Are all of these microphones on?
Yes,
Yeah, just
and we expect you to use all three
Yeah,
of them,
okay.
so.
So I am here before you to request acknowledgement and approval of our recommended 13-member Northwest Colorado Outdoors Alliance Steering Committee. And this is to guide our regional partnership initiative, GOCO and CPW funded initiative planning process for Northwest Colorado. So we went through a public application process across both Moffett and Rio Blanco counties. And we had 35 applicants that came to us from a lot of different perspectives. And as we reviewed all of those applicants, we looked at their ability as leaders, the sectors that they represent, and their influence and connectivity with community networks. We also took consideration of their commitment to participate. So we're really asking for a 90% or more participation rate in-person meetings that will be held in Craig, Meeker, and Rangeley monthly. And this group represents a balanced look across our 4 pillars of conservation, agriculture, recreation, and economy. And so we have in our recreation pillar from Moffett County, AJ Stoffel, and he represents a motorized recreation and business perspective. And then also in recreation, Tanya Ferguson, for her participation in the recreation, motorized and non, as well as youth organizations. In our economy area, we have Nicole Mowdy, and she represents tourism, economy, and youth organizations. In agriculture, Casey Green, for her representation in agriculture and private lands. And then our last one is in the conservation area, Travis Flaherty, for conservation, and he brings a good sportsman perspective, hunting and fishing and outfitting. And so the facilitator from Rio Blanco County is actually having the same meeting in front of the Rio Blanco commissioners today, reviewing our selections for those folks. I don't think we need to represent or talk about those folks in this. But in total, we have 5 representatives from Moffett County, and there are 8 representatives from Rio Blanco County. And actually, we had, out of the 35 folks that applied, there was kind of a 2-to-1 application reception that we received. And I think a lot of that was because, you know, the town of Rangeley and the town of Meeker, I think we got a little bit more from Rio Blanco that way. But, you know, there was a lot of really great candidates. And, you know, as we were making our considerations, we really wanted to bring forth the strongest candidates across both counties so that we had a really influential and cross pollination of different representation, and really maintaining a strong private land and agricultural look at the work that this regional partnership initiative is going to do. And also really balancing and avoiding the dominance of recreation and conservation interests over our private land and agriculture representation. And then also having a balanced representation across our 4 pillars of rec, economy, conservation, and agriculture. So we're requesting that you approve the 5 of our 13-member steering committee so that we can begin building our regional partnership initiative and getting our regular monthly meetings going with this group. And in what we submitted, we gave you 2 pages on the backside. You can see all of the folks who applied. Really great group of people. It was actually kind of difficult to rank and figure out who really rose to the top. But we're really excited about the caliber of people who stepped forward for this, and excited for the work that I believe this group is going to get done.
You want me to restate the Moffett ones?
No, I just go with 5. You want their names.
Either way.
Chair, make a motion to approve the 5 members for the NWCO Outdoors Alliance.
Okay, I'll second that. Any further discussion? I'll just say thanks for the work that it took. It was only a few long hours. No,
I was pretty impressed on the applicants you had, though.
and the quality of
And
applicants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Good.
Yeah, some folks, how do you turn them away? But, you know, we're really hoping that we continue the engagement, and, you know, this is just a voting committee. We really want all of those folks to continue to participate, and hopefully we build a lot more momentum now that we're a little more organized.
Yeah, I will add that too. It doesn't preclude anyone from participating that was really interested and has already been to the meetings. It's just a way to kind of narrow it down so we have decision at the end of the day. So, all right, motion second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. And that concludes our business today. Next regular board meeting will be on Tuesday, March 24th, right here.